Okay, how's it going, tycoons? Super excited for today's video. We are going to be looking at Apple. Okay, I know a lot of times I tend to do small cap, mid cap growth stocks or EV stocks or cannabis stocks or things like that. We're going to look at a super solid blue chip company, and we're going to look at how you guys can get some insane profits on Apple. Okay, so real quick, we have the weekly chart pulled up. All right, I just want to show you guys. These are the 200 and 300 simple moving averages right here. We're on the weekly chart. I very much doubt that Apple is going to drop anytime soon to these 200 or 300 simple moving averages. But I want to zoom out a little bit and just show you guys that anytime you can buy here at one of these moving averages on the weekly chart, it is a phenomenal long position, okay, to hold for years and years to come. All right, so always keep that in mind. Now, realistically, I want to show you guys as well another pattern that that Apple has. Okay, if you look at earnings, like it has earnings right here, okay, and then it drops. It usually drops more a little bit after earnings. Okay, sometimes the residuals from earnings, don't take effect right away. Okay, as you see here, fell down a little bit more after earnings. We have earnings right here. Okay, traded sideways. All right, so this one didn't have too much of a negative effect on it. It just held it sideways. But there's been a lot of supply chain shortages. Apple is saying that they're not going to be making as many tablets because of chip shortages. They're saying that they're going to be focusing on being able to mass produce the iPhones and have enough chips for the phones because they think there's going to be more demand for the phones. So there are some things. While I'm super bullish on Apple, I think they're great. I think they're a leader in the market. It's up to the investors and basically people in the stock market to decide how to react to the Apple earnings. Okay, so with that being said, we'll go down to the daily chart. Or before I go there, okay, so these are we're looking at the weekly chart. Okay, when I'm looking long term at things, I like to look at the weekly chart, preferably maybe the daily, sometimes the monthly. Okay, and that will just give me a better idea of what the really strong support and resistance levels are on a stock on the weekly chart. Okay, because if they're strong on the weekly chart, then they're going to be strong on the 1 hour chart. They're going to be strong on the 4 hour chart. They're going to be strong on much smaller time frames. Okay, so with that being said, we'll go down. So I would say if you think that Apple may continue to fall, okay, if you don't have a position in Apple yet and you're looking for an entry, okay, you can enter here. Okay, but be advised, okay, that Apple does tend to drop, or trade sideways in the next coming weeks, typically after earnings. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And I think that if we hit 141.66 down to 123.59, anywhere in between there is going to be my buy zone for, let's say, some leap contracts, leap option contracts. Those would be option contracts dated a year out or more. Or some shares. You can start dollar cost averaging some shares in between these zones, and then just put in an account where you don't have to look at it because you're going long on Apple, and Apple should have some great things coming in the near future, or in the next year or two. Okay, they're always advancing things. So we're gonna go down to the daily chart real quick now. Okay, and as you can see here on the daily chart, we're much closer to these moving averages. So remember when I said you can get the 200 or 300 on the weekly, that's phenomenal. It's also phenomenal on the daily chart. Okay, so this would put, if you notice my buy zone, okay, which is right here, all of this area is basically right below the 100, or I'm sorry, the 100 simple moving average. And then it's in between the 300 simple moving average. And then if we fall below there, because on the daily chart, stocks do fall below the 300 simple moving average. I already have some support and levels charted up where I think that it may bounce anywhere before. Okay, so when trading, you should say, okay, well, if I like to dollar cost average on the simple moving averages, then hey, I might want to start adding some positions here, and because these two are really close together, squeezing. Okay, if we see this 100 SMA across above this 50 SMA, that's a sign of bullishness, okay? But anyways, you know, so I really like Apple in these positions, okay? I would suggest grabbing some long-term positions at any one of these price targets. You know, I'm not a financial advisor or anything, but this is just speaking on the historical data and technical analysis of Apple. You know, that would pay very well, okay? We have some bullish divergent, or I'm sorry, bearish divergence. If you notice, Apple's been on a tear, okay, since 2019 through the COVID crash, all right, and all that. We've made these highs, and if you notice, the stock has just been dropping, or the RSI has been dropping, okay, slowly, all right? And we touched right here, and then we touched right here, so I went ahead and drew the trend line to this point and just kept it going. So if Apple does get bullish within the next few days or the next coming weeks, and you see it and it crosses above the RSI, I don't like to use that as an exit sign. Okay, when I'm in a position and it goes over 70 on the RSI, which is technically the overbought side, that doesn't mean I exit right away. Okay, here's a good example right here where the stock can go higher and the RSI can go lower. You know, I mean, you don't have to exit just because it's in overbought territory on the RSI. This is just an indicator to, you know, basically just do a math problem and give you the relative strength of the stock. All right. So we could see a rejection here, you know, off of this bearish divergence line. I'd say that, okay, this would be an area to watch out for. You could see a rejection here on the stock, or at least on the RSI. So I'd be mindful of what the stock price is doing. And then we're going to go down to the 1 hour chart. And this is the 90-day 1 hour chart. And as you guys can see, we have this nice box consolidation. Okay, so basically this has been trading. I'm going to remove my studies real quick so it's a little bit clearer for you guys. All right, so it's been trading in this box consolidation. Okay, this is the bottom of our box. This is the top. All right, and I'll draw a line just roughly in the middle real quick, just so you guys can kind of get a sense of where the middle is. All right. So anytime we're trading on the top half of this, we're bullish. And then anytime on the lower half of this, we're bearish. Okay, we're bouncing at 138 area and we're being rejected at 157 area. Okay, so currently it's at 148.87 at the time of this recording, 11 a.m. Eastern time, November 10th. And I'm gonna show you guys, you know, I'm bullish on it. Okay, let me, I need to pull up at least one study. Hold on. So I can pull up the RSI for you guys. All right. So to me, we have a lot of great signs on the 1 hour chart, at least for not big bearishness. Okay. Like I said, you know, this thing could fall after earnings. It does tend to do that. So I wouldn't be surprised. However, I am bullish because we have a lot of good divergence going on the RSI. All right. So basically from this purple line to here, as you can see, straight across, it's almost straight across. The RSI or the stock price action has pretty much traded sideways. It's gone down a little bit. Okay, there's been a slight decrease. Okay, from 149 down to like 147 area. Okay, but however, the RSI made its lowest low right there, and it's continued to make higher lows continually and bounce off of this bullish divergence trend line. Okay, because initially we came down here. All right. So initially we came down here, whoops, like this. Okay, so we came down here, we've made our low and our higher low. That was our initial bullish divergence, and the stock went green after that and reached all the way up to like 148.27. Okay. All right, when it did that, it was overbought on the RSI, pulled back, bounced again off of that bullish or bounced right here actually around like oversold territory. Okay, hovered around oversold territory for a while, but if you notice, it's kind of dipping and it's kind of just bouncing near this bullish divergence trend line. We touched it here, went bullish. Okay, we went from here, from this red candle all the way up to here. All right. And then we had some bearish divergence right here that played out quickly. Okay, so it went from here to here. We made a higher high on the stock price, and from here to here, We had a bearish divergence and the stock price fell dramatically. Okay, so that was good. So that was a quick 1 hour bearish divergence. So we've already played out that bearish divergence. Okay, we played out this initial bullish divergence. However, it's been respecting this initial bullish divergence as a bounce zone. Okay, so we're hovering it, boom, it bounced. All right, we're hovering it, and we could see a bounce here. All right, and then also we're gonna zoom in a little bit more. Okay, from right here to right here, that's a low and then a higher low. All right. The RSI has went sideways. Okay, so it went from here basically to here. It's kind of just went sideways. So it hasn't really done anything. It hasn't made a big move anywhere. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty bullish on Apple overall. However, I am weary that, hey, you know, we could drop. Okay. So if you're going to pay attention to the 1 hour chart, I would say pay attention. We could see a bullish breakout, okay, above 157. I would say is our bullish breakout, and below 138, okay, or roughly like 138 area is going to be our bearish breakout. All right. So if you see this thing go above 157 and it's starting to open and close, the candlesticks are opening and closing on the 1 hour chart above there, then you could either hop in some day trades. You could day trade the stock, or you could day trade some call options, okay, for some short-term 1 hour bullishness, or like 1 hour chart bullishness. All right. Or you know, you could go long, and if you don't have a position and you see it having a bullish breakout, my advice would be to not chase and not to FOMO into it, because I know for a fact 100% that there is another, you know, blue chip, or, you know, high value or high conviction play that's down currently. Okay, so you want to buy things when they're going down, and you know, and when they're flatlining, when they're going down. Okay, you can add a small position, because you don't want to catch a falling knife that just falls and falls forever. All right. And once it starts to flatline, okay, and consolidate, and you get the box consolidation after the drop, you can add some more positions there. Okay, let's say first you added about 25% of what you wanted to invest. So if you had $1,000, you know, you put 250 in when it was falling. Then you put another 250 in it when it shows signs of consolidation. And then you can put, you know, the other 500 in once you have confirmation of bullishness. Because once you have confirmation of bullishness, that's, you want to throw your money behind something that's bullish, right? But behind something that's going to go up, but you don't want to do it at all-time highs. You don't want to do it, you know, you want to do it when the stock is on a discount, and then you want to sell at the new all-time highs. So you don't want to buy in at all-time highs and then sell at the next all-time highs. You want to buy when it's on a discount and then sell at the next all-time highs. Okay, that would be my advice for trading Apple. All right, I gave you some short-term possibilities with that box consolidation on the 1 hour chart. You can day trade, you know, put options if it breaks below. All right, and you can day trade call options if it breaks above. If you want to invest long term into it, I'll show you guys again the weekly chart. All right, and we'll pull up my weekly levels. And if you can get Apple, you know, anywhere in these areas over the next few days, if it drops, then I would consider these for some long-term buy zones. Okay, you don't know when exactly it's going to recover, where exactly it's going to recover, but you also don't want to, you know, you don't want to wait forever, okay, and just watch the stock go up forever. Okay, at some point it's about taking action, and it's about holding yourself accountable and saying, okay, well, if I buy right here and it drops down to here and I don't have any more position, I'm fine, because I think it's going to bounce here, and you wait to see if we bounce. Okay, if we don't bounce and we drop below here, then this could be your stop loss. Okay, you could buy at 140 and say, all right, below 123.59, I'm out of here. Or you can buy at 149 like it's at currently, and you can say below 123, I'm out of here. Okay, out of there, I'm going to reevaluate and see if I can get in at a lower price, because it seems to be falling. It could be a falling knife, and I'll just wait and reposition once we start consolidating and showing signs of bullishness. All right. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to join the Options Trading Tycoons Discord and gain access to all of our call outs, me and the other admin members, you can go ahead and use code Zackley, like the channel name Zackley Trades, and get yourself a discount on the membership. Also, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. I just started the channel, and I'm trying to figure out what you guys want to see the most, what you like the most, and the content that my audience wants to receive. Okay, so that's you guys, the viewers. You guys are my audience, and I'm just here to provide for you guys. So let me know what I can do to improve that. All right.